Have you noticed something strange? The harder you try to start a conversation, the faster it dies. You say, "Hey, how are you?" And within seconds, it's over. Meanwhile, someone else walks into the same room, says only a few words, and suddenly people lean in. It's not that they're funnier. It's not that they're better looking. It's something deeper. When they speak, their words have weight. Today I'm going to share 6 phrases that attract anyone. And stay with me, because the 4th one is the most misunderstood. And once you get it, you'll feel the shift immediately in how people respond to you. The Stoic secret: presence beats performance. The Stoics understood this long ago. Attraction isn't about talking more. It's about saying less, but meaning every word. These aren't social tricks. They're reflections of character, curiosity, honesty, empathy, silence, appreciation, and boundaries. And now, let's begin. 1. Tell me more about that. 4 simple words, and they open doors most people never see. Most people hear someone share something and instantly turn it into a competition. "Oh yeah, I did that too. Here's what you should do." And the spotlight snaps back to their ego. But when you say, "Tell me more about that," and then you stop talking, you create something rare, real attention. People don't remember you because you were interesting. They remember you because they felt interesting around you. The next phrase is only 3 words, but it instantly separates real confidence from insecurity. 2. I don't know. 3 words almost no one has the courage to say. When someone asks about something you don't understand, your instinct is to pretend, to sound smart, to give a vague answer that could mean anything. But pretense leaks. People feel it. Trust drops. Now imagine someone who calmly says, "I don't know." No apology, no excuses, just clarity. Socrates was famous for this kind of wisdom, knowing the limits of your knowledge. Because knowledge begins where arrogance ends. And strangely, when you stop pretending, people start listening. 3. That sounds hard. When someone shares pain, stress at work, a breakup, a failure, most people rush to fix it. "You should do this." When it happened to me, they mean well, but it often feels like judgment. Instead say, "That sounds hard." You're not solving. You're not minimizing. You're acknowledging. Stoic strength isn't cold. It's controlled. It's being gentle without becoming weak. When you validate someone's experience, you give them a safe space to breathe. The next one is where most people fail, because they fear the quiet. 4. Silence. Yes, the 4th word is silence. Most people panic the moment a conversation gets quiet. They fill the space with nervous words, random stories, forced laughter. They think silence is failure, but silence is strength. Watch someone who's comfortable with silence. They speak less, they pause, they don't rush. And when they finally speak, everyone listens. Because their silence signals that what comes next matters. The Stoics knew, when you stop running from silence, you stop running from yourself. 5. I appreciate you. 3 words, but deeper than thank you. Thank you can feel transactional. You helped me. You did the task. But I appreciate you speaks to the person, not the action. It says, I see your character. Use it when someone shows consistency, loyalty, kindness. Not often, just sincerely. Because in a world that praises productivity, being someone who recognizes humanity is rare. 6. No. The hardest word to say, and the most freeing. People ask for your time, your energy, your attention. And many people say yes out of guilt, habit, or fear of disappointing others. But every time you say yes to what doesn't matter, you quietly say no to what does. Your peace, your focus, your growth. Watch someone who has learned to say no. They pause, they consider. And if the answer is no, they say it calmly. No apology, no long explanation. Because when your no is real, your yes becomes powerful. Boundaries don't push the right people away, they filter the wrong ones out. These phrases work because they aren't performance, they're presence. Be curious enough to listen, humble enough to admit you don't know, gentle enough to validate, calm enough to sit in silence, aware enough to recognize others, strong enough to protect your time. Attraction isn't about adding more. It's about subtracting what's unnecessary. The noise, the need to impress, the fear of rejection. And the moment you stop performing, people stop watching your act and start noticing who you are. Which of these 6 will you practice in the next 24 hours? Tell me more. I don't know. That sounds hard. Silence. I appreciate you. Or no. Choose one. Practice it. And watch how the world responds when your words finally carry weight.